Well, so it turns out there's actually welcome back. First of all, welcome back, my MGTOW brothers. I love the fact that you have joined me in this journey and that we share the same reality or a similar reality. Your mind and my mind vibrating to the same frequency. The frequency brought over by this philosophy known as men going their own way. Today, there are some other ideas that have come across my mind. For those of you that did not fully comprehend yesterday's video, it was ironic by nature. It was a way of saying that indeed we should have a right to be who we are, and we don't have to follow the wave, or we don't have to be carried away by the wave of the majority of people who want us to be, or who want us to be just like them. So, and also it had to do with the fact that little has changed in, or the fundamentals of what led us to this philosophy has changed very little. Hence the title of the video. The other thing is, I want to thank you for coming by and for participating. I know YouTube has been deleting comments on my video, putting down the views and every other, every sort of thing they do to channels that are shadow banned. So thank you for coming by. But then again, it benefits, or at least I'm hoping that this enterprise here benefits you and I. So, or that it benefits you as much as it benefits me. Today I want to talk about some really bad characters that are behind the scenes of these of this MGTOW philosophy. And I mean, some of the people are clearly visible, right? We have the chameleons, whose motives we can always figure out after a certain amount of time. We have those who hate the MGTOW philosophy, just in a frontal assault kind of way. But we have a lot of good people here too, a lot of good men that are that have good intentions, and that whose primary motivation is just to help somebody else, so that other people, other men, would not have to go through what they went through, right? And so I want to bring your attention today to some knowledge that I've sort of come across. I don't know if it was downloaded by my mind from the morphic field, the so-called morphic field of energy. But just being in the matrix here, I can, I can say that I know this. I know this, and I want to share it with you. It's very possible that some of you might also have suspected this all along. But there are some men, and they are men. There are a couple of them deeply embedded within the MGTOW community. they pretend to share the MGTOW philosophy along with the rest of us. But, and they're not even infiltrators. They're not. They're supporters of the MGTOW community and supporters of the MGTOW philosophy. But they support the MGTOW community and the MGTOW philosophy, and these men do not create content. They don't create content, and I'm not gonna mention names. Some of you can perhaps imagine who they are, and you're gonna call me crazy because of it, and that's okay. But like I said, I know what I know, and that's that. And are they friends of the MGTOW philosophy? These few men? Yes, by most definitions of friendship, yes, they are. But they're creating, or they're helping to create, this MGTOW philosophy and this MGTOW community for reasons that are very different than, or with intentions that are very different than what the majority of MGTOW content producers have in mind. So these men, they work for organizations. These are powerfully, globally powerful organizations, right? And I mean, again, you can speculate about who these guys are. I'm not gonna hurt myself by saying who they are, because I'm not even sure about who they are, but I know they're here. They're here in this community, and they're not harming men. They really are not harming men. So you say, well, Sweet Padre, what is... And Sweet Padre is the name. And you say, Sweet Padre, so what's your problem? And the problem is that they're creating I mean, everything has a double-edged sword, guys. You see, and this MGTOW philosophy comes with benefits and things that are not so beneficial, and these guys know it. You see, they know it, and there are some external things that are non-beneficial about the MGTOW philosophy, but there are also some internal things that are not beneficial about the MGTOW philosophy. And so you say, well, what are these internal things, right? Well, there's the splitting of intention in men. Let me say that again. There is the splitting of intention inside of men. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that the MGTOW philosophy, for those who were not, or for those who are not, how should I put this? Fully immersed in it, right? With mind, body, and soul. The MGTOW philosophy can split a man in half. Not physically, but spiritually. It can split a man, or rather fragment a man into many pieces, many conflicting beliefs, conflicting ideas about what it is they want to do, what it is they want, who they believe themselves to be, what they believe about women, what they believe women are, their future, their prospects for that future, their opportunities in life, the way they feel about the past, etc., etc. So these, and there are only a couple, there are only a few of these guys, a couple or a few of these guys, and they're, like I said, they're friends of the MGTOW community. They are not enemies of the MGTOW community, but they're helping to build the structure and the community for the wrong reasons. The wrong reasons for you and I, right? If you want to believe that it's the wrong reasons. And again, those reasons are the splitting of intentions, right? The splitting of intentions found in men. Now, why create this reality inside men on purpose? Well, we know for sure that when we are at war within, there's no progress to be made. You see? And so this small channel is not for everybody. I try to put out, I know I put out pure MGTOW philosophy, deep level stuff. And pardon my arrogance, I know I sound like an asshole, and many times I am an asshole, unfortunately, not wanting to be an asshole. So that's is that me splitting myself? Well, I don't know, I don't know. And what is it leading me to? Well, right now I have better things to think about. So, but what I want to bring to you today is the awareness that these guys exist, and that our goal, or the goal for most guys that are in the MGTOW community, is not them separating themselves from women. The goal for most guys that are in the MGTOW community is perhaps best described as something akin to being a traditional man, or rather the peaceful reunification of them and women. Now, you say, Sweet Padre, this is crazy. The women are sick. And that is true. True enough. That I give you. So, the goal here is to heal the women. And sorry about the green language there, but to heal with an A. HEAL. That is the goal for the masses of men. Some of us are naturally MGTOW. We just don't have the desire to for that unification, or at least we haven't had it in so long that it feels as if we are naturally MGTOW. But that's neither here nor there. That could very well be a plus or a minus. My observation here is that the women need to be healed, as well as the men, and there are people creating a split, and this split is unnatural. So MGTOW. Now, what am I saying here? That MGTOW is unnatural? No, I'm not saying that. I mean, it could be. It very well could be. For most guys, it could be. But it's also very beneficial. You see? Very beneficial. Whether it's for a short period of time or indefinitely, it can be very beneficial. I know actually that it is very beneficial for most guys. So again, this is not a channel for everybody. I thought of kicking people out. Luckily, I haven't had to. But I know most people are just not interested in this kind of content because of the way it sounds. They'd rather, most men would rather watch a video having to do with a cheating spouse. And that's okay. That's fine by me. I mean, to each his own. This is a deep philosophy MGTOW content channel. And, sometimes I myself don't even know where I get these ideas from. They really are weird. I know they're weird. And I'm okay because I have fun putting them out, Sometimes I go to sleep and I wake up and I think of all these kinds of ideas. I've always been like that. I don't just see in one color. I see in many different colors. I know there are multiple, not just one or two, but multiple perceptions and perspectives to be created around any subject. And it's just it's fun to create all of them, and to amuse myself with playing with these ideas in my mind, and I'm only glad that I'm able to share a couple of them here with you, because most of the time I laugh by myself because I have no one else to share these ideas with. And many times they wouldn't even understand them. So I thank you for listening, and if you're able to understand what I'm talking about, then that makes me all that much happier. So you have these couple of guys that are tasked with creating this community, right? You see, and they support the true founding principles of the MGTOW philosophy. They support them, but for the wrong reason. Again, they work for an organization, and their job is to create division, not external division as much as internal division in the minds of men, because the women are already torn, or rather, the women are already under a spell. You see, but the men, the plan for the men is to fracture them, to shatter them, to fragment them. That's the word. They want to fragment men internally. And when that's accomplished, you see, that's what they hope to do. But it's not going to happen because some of us can see through the games. We can see through the play. And for as long as we can see through the play, we can oppose it. And we can have our own creation. And if Big Brother is watching you, you also get to watch Big Brother, for as powerful as he may be. You also have the same capacity to create as anybody else. And so it's a matter, hey, here I go. I'm throwing a monkey wrench in your plans. Oops, deal with it. Now you're going to have to go sideways. What are you going to do? Well, you have to go around. It's going to cost you more time, more effort, more money. Now, as far as the money goes, right now you're having a good time. But as far as time, you're running out, and you know it. Things are changing, and the MGTOW community, your responsibility, the responsibility you had to change it for your group, for your organization, well, what can I say? Good luck with everything. You're gonna need it. I'm connected, and so are you, but for the wrong reasons, and you know it. Tomorrow's a different day. It's more light now. Did I say now? Or did I say tomorrow? Well, again, time. Time will tell. Why does time tell? Guys, let's take a deep breath here. That's right. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so how are you dealing with that monkey wrench? Again, you're gonna have to. Some of us can see through it all, guys. Some of us can see through it all, and these games will end. Your games will end, and you know it. So my prediction for the MGTOW philosophy, or rather for the MGTOW community, because the philosophy is timeless. The philosophy does not change. Right? When you try to see me, I had my eyes closed. But I can see with my eye closed anyways. Did I say my eye or my eyes? Okay, anyways, isn't that amazing? I can see with my eye closed. Who would have thought of that? Imagine if it was open. What else could I see? I wonder how many more people can see with their eye closed. Doesn't that make you scared? Anyways, says with Padre, you're going crazy. Maybe. It's okay to be crazy. Because if you're not crazy, it means you're thinking like everybody else. To be crazy means you think very different than everybody else. Sometimes it means your body's damaged. But that's okay. I look around and I see that I'm not the only one with a damaged body. Anyways, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. And it's going to continue to be a lot more fun for me. And for those that can follow this MGTOW philosophy. As far as the other two guys, or three guys, or is it two or three? I don't know. I hope to survive. I hope they survive. Not hope to survive, but I hope they survive. I'm done surviving. I'm thriving now. Thank you, time. Anyways, guys, it's been a pleasure. I just figured I'd bring you guys this knowledge, something I could see. I could see it now for a long time. Their time is over. Their time is over. And so, oh yes, I was talking about my prediction for the MGTOW community as we know it. It's going to wither away. The women, remember guys, MGTOW are few. The true MGTOW are few and far between. Small community, it will always be. As for the rest of the masses that are calling themselves MGTOW, that's what I'm talking about. The non-traditional MGTOW, if I may use that phrase, they're gonna wither away and disappear. Some of them will go back to being tradcocks or neo-traditionalists, rather. Others will, go back to trying to date other women or different women. That's my prediction. It's all gonna wither away slowly but surely. And in about a couple of years, nobody will remember that there was or rather only a few of us will know that there was such a thing as MGTOW. It'll be a thing of the past. The women are part of the plan too. They work for the same organizations. Those women that you see that are holding the reins of the MGTOW philosophy now. They work for those organizations. They're part of the agenda too. Just like these couple of guys. So, but it's amazing because they managed to get the women involved, but they didn't get the goal of fragmenting men. At least not in the MGTOW way that they had imagined at first. So, anyways, it's been a pleasure being your MGTOW brother. I may post a couple of more videos. And like I said, in a couple of years, this just won't exist. Only some of us will retain this knowledge for the rest of our lives, and we may pass it on to our offspring or not. But the ideas will live forever. The ideas will be there for those who care to ask, if such a thing ever existed. Thank you, friends. What a wild journey this has been.